Josh, I thought that one of the best episodes of television that I've ever seen was season 2, episode 5 of Euphoria. And it's where all of Rue's lies sort of crash down around her. She's become massively addicted again. She found a way to get drugs by pretending that she was going to be a drug dealer, and then just had, a kid with all the Halloween candy. And all of her lies sort of crash down around her. When she goes to rehab the first time, it's because of an overdose. She doesn't have an overdose this time, but it's almost worse because she has really put herself in a position that she cannot get out of, and she torches the world around her. Talk to me a little bit about what Rue is going through in that episode.
The most important concept to understand why Rue completely falls apart in season 2, episode 5 is the concept of salience.
Okay.
And salience is the engine that drives the cycle of addiction. In neuroscience, salience refers to the process by which a stimulus, like a drug, grabs your attention and is marked by the brain as important. So salience equals importance.
Like, what is salience to you and me?
Yeah, absolutely. To understand salience, we must first separate two different neurologic experiences: impact or liking something, and salience or wanting something.
Okay, so there's impact and salience, liking and wanting.
Yeah.
Okay.
And salience is wanting. And for somebody with a drug addiction, the wanting feels like needing.
Right.
To the point where it feels like you need it, like we need air to breathe. Okay, so liking, that's the pleasure derived from the drug itself, the high.
Right.
But the wanting, the salience, this is the compulsive urge to get the drug. It feels like a need.
Is there a feeling of salience to not do drugs in a normal person?
No.
So salience for us is food, water, things of that nature.
Salience is the level of importance. What is super important to both of us are our families.
Right.
We would die for our families.
Okay, so there we go. So that's interesting. So if one of our family members was in danger, we would abandon all other wants and needs to take care of our family member.
Yes.
To satisfy.
Yes. Yeah.
And you're saying that essentially, like, drug addiction is the family member's in danger and they're going to do whatever they can. It's the same feeling.
Yes, it replaces that feeling.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it's as powerful as I need to, I'm going to save my daughter for me is what they're feeling when they need drugs.
Yeah. So take it back to Rue's journey. Early, she likes the drugs.
Right.
However, by season 2, her brain's dopamine system has just been hijacked. It's no longer signaling pleasure. It's signaling salience, that importance, that needing. Her brain has assigned an infinite importance value to the drug, making the wanting so loud that it drowns out every other biologic and moral survival instinct. You and I think that we have assigned an infinite importance value to the safety of our families.
Right.
But we're also not addicted to opiates. Her dopamine system has become hypersensitized to the drug and any cues associated with it. This creates a salience landscape where the drug becomes the only thing that glows with meaning. In this episode, we see Rue's world narrowed to a pinprick. Every person she loves, her mother, Gia, Jules, is no longer a person to her. They're obstacles standing between her and the drug. Her brain's salience filter has categorized her family, which was heretofore the most important thing,
right?
But has categorized her family as irrelevant or threats, while the drug is the only vital target. The jewelry she steals isn't jewelry. In her mind, it is instantly translated into the chemical value of the drug. They trigger a massive spike in dopamine that says, this leads to the reward.
Right.
What Euphoria captures so well in this episode is that Rue isn't choosing to be cruel to her family. Her prefrontal cortex, that part of the brain responsible for logic and morals, has been bypassed by this dopamine system. The drug has become a super salient stimulus, the most important thing.
Right.
To Rue's brain in that moment, getting the drug feels as necessary as a drowning person feels the need to get to the surface for air. Salience is the mechanism that turns a choice into a biological imperative, the only thing that is important in the universe.
Yeah. And, salience is obviously the thing where I think that us normies, and I know you hate that, the term, but we use it with some big old quotey fingers. It's hard for us to understand why people don't choose to just not do the drugs, and
That's right.
It's more, tell me if I'm wrong about this, it's more powerful than even people who are like alcoholic, because drugs change your brain in a way that alcohol, doesn't. Alcohol does change your brain, but not to the level that drugs will reprogram your brain. And so it's incredibly hard to just not do it. In fact, it's impossible, because your brain has been rewired that this is the only thing I need. And I mention that to say, I think it's important that families don't take it personally when you might be dealing with a family member who has had their pathways rewritten like this. They might not be able to make a different decision because that's what's important to them.
I want you to hit me as hard as you can.